kind of the structure of our course, what we try to do. Want to build your fundamental knowledge year 1, advance that knowledge in year 2, and allow you to specialise in year 3. And through completing your final year project, that's what turns you into a real engineer. At the end of the day, you have sole ownership of that final year project from start to finish. So alongside the academic content of our course, there are a lot of opportunities available to you that will build that CV to make you more employable. So we normally cover an example of one of our previous students here. Myself or Mark will cover this, but we're fortunate today to have Dan himself, who's going to talk through his experience.
I'm Daniel Sanner. I graduated in 2017 with a bachelor's in electronic and electrical engineering. So basically all I want to do today is just give you a flavour of sort of my journey through uni and where I've got now because of this university. So in the first year, I've left that slide blank there. Basically, there are so many opportunities for you guys out there. I didn't want to tar you with all of my stuff there. I took up a new sport. I became a novice rower. I took up a language, Chinese. There are many societies, hundreds of societies which you could join. You could take up the stuff that you do now. You could take up new things, football teams, rugby teams. There are many levels that you can partake in. You don't have to be an expert at any of them. But the main point I want to get through is the first year is one to enjoy. You've seen the practical labs. I didn't have that when I was there, but I know for a fact I would have loved to have been involved in the robotic challenges. But there are a lot of opportunities for you out there. You just got to go out there and grasp them. The second year, and this is the reason why I chose Nottingham, was because they have a campus in China. So in the second year, I spent my time studying in China. The modules are all the same. It's all taught in English, but you're in China. And that was a fantastic opportunity for me. I got to travel. I got to see Beijing, Shanghai, Ningbo, Guangzhou. I learned a little of the language. And the cost of it is ridiculous. And I checked with Steve today just to make sure it is the same price, but the tuition fees for this are less than £1.5 for the year. The rental that I paid when I was there, it's going back a couple of years, but it was £500 for the rent for the year. So not only are you in a foreign country exploring the culture there, you're learning English standards degree, the exact same stuff you would learn if you were here. You get to learn the language if you want to, and it's dirt cheap. It's really cheap. I mean, there's not much else to say other than that. But a fantastic opportunity for me. And what that led to, and if I hadn't done that, I would not have got this opportunity here. So I won the European final for the Infinity Engineering Academy, which is a global search for talent to put into internships with the Renault Formula One team and Infinity, the car manufacturer. And 100%, I would never have got that had I not taken the opportunity to go to China. That gave me sort of a gateway, showing that I was committed to broadening my horizons and exploring the opportunities that are out there. And that's why I believe I got that job. And as well as that, the foundation that they gave me in first year, although it's changed now, which I would say is better now, they gave me a good foundation that I could give my knowledge. And in the final, it was tested to the nth degree. And I proved that I was more than able to sort of partake in that. As a result of that as well, Renault F1 actually offered me a job. They said to me, you know, go back, do your final year. There's a job waiting for you at the end of it. I wouldn't have got that if I didn't have the foundation that Nottingham have given me, and without going to China. Can't stress China enough. It's rare that universities have that. It's a fantastic opportunity, really cheap. Consider it, because it was the best year, without doubt, that I've had. And I definitely want to get back. I know there's the whole virus outbreak at the minute, but within a year we're either all going to be infected or it's gone. So, you know, definitely consider that. Final year, came back. I'm not sure, I'll have to check, but the Formula Student racing. So we were developing an electric Formula Student car, and my final year project was to create a battery management system from scratch for that. So that was PCB design, schematic design, and then all the software and coding that went with it. So you can take your final year project as far and detailed as you want. You saw the quadcopter. Quadcopters are all here and all singing and dancing now, but you could take it from scratch, learn to do it yourself. You're going to learn a lot from doing that sort of thing. I'll check if that's still available. But the Formula Student, as well as that, we do have an electric bike still. Yeah. That came second and third, I believe, in the Isle of Man TT0. My battery management system was intended to be used with that as well, so it could be transferred between the two. So countless opportunities. And now I'm with Renault F1, so I've been with Renault for 2.5 years. I'm a development electronic engineer. So my job is to research and explore different sensor technology. And what we do is we want to improve the correlation between wind tunnel and track results. So we can measure on the wind tunnel, measure on the track, and providing the data we get from both of those is accurate and reliable, we can correlate the two to say that, yeah, what we're doing here is directly translatable to what we're doing on the track. So that involves machine vision. We're looking at wings, we're putting patterns on those to see how they flex, and we're looking at it in a three-dimensional space to make sure that matches up with simulations. We're looking at time of flight technology, which is measuring the time it takes for light to travel back and forth, so we're getting accurate distances to sub-millimetre accuracy. There's absolutely tons to be done in electronics, and that's just one small facet. But I wouldn't have had it had I not come here. And one of the things I want to hit home with you guys is that there are going to be many opportunities that open the doors for you, but you've got to be willing to take the opportunities. If you don't do that, you're going to end up narrow field. Spread it wide, knock down people's doors, go and ask questions, go and ask them about the projects they're doing. They're interested in some really interesting projects. Some aren't so interesting, but a lot of them are fantastic. And if you go and ask them, they're more than happy to talk about it. But yeah, Nottingham is a fantastic university. I've done exceptionally well out of it, and there's no reason why you guys here today can't do the same, 100%. But you've got to be willing to take the opportunities. China, fantastic. A year in industry, you're never going to be able to, well, no, that's a lie. If you take a year in industry, you're going to be much more hireable. You've got experience, you're going to go out, and they've seen that. I'd definitely choose Nottingham. It's a bit biased, but I've done well out of it, and hopefully from what I've given you today, you can see you'd have a good time there too. I am around for the day, so if you've got any questions, anything you want to ask about China, about my job, about my experience, feel free. I'll see you guys around.